Oh, hi, hotties! A very good evening to you and Dinky-Doo. It's just me, Scottie McClue. A very warm welcome. I thought I'd just do a random pop-up and see what everybody's up to tonight. So fantastic stuff. So glad you could join me. And as I say, here we are live on the big one. We're live on TikTok and we're live. Is that Scottie McClue's Nightline is on. Good evening, Robert, the voice of Scotland. I thank you very much, my new username. So lovely to have you with us, and a big Dinky-Doo. Lovely, lovely, lovely stuff. Now, do join us as quickly as possible. Tell 10 to tell 10. Share the videos and let everybody know what's happening, because this is very, very big. I don't know if you've seen some of the TikTok videos. They're all there, made with love for you. There's Kirsty. Good evening, Kirsty. And Susan. Good evening, Scottie. Good evening, Susan. Lovely to have you with us, and Dinky-Doo. Hello, Scottie from Missouri in the USA. We absolutely love it. Love your Welsh accent. I thank you, Sam. I do a bit of practice. See, there we are. Evening, Scottie. Dinky-Doo. Evening, says Susan. Dinky-Doo. Good evening. Kareem has just joined us. Smiler, welcome. Lovely to have you with us. Can everybody follow me absolutely as quick as possible, ASAP? I think we're going to run out of battery, guys. How awful is that? Oh, my goodness me, no. If that happens, then don't worry. I shall pop back up and we will see you again as soon as possible if we do run out of battery. Evening from Dalmarnock, hi from Texas in the USA. Wally boy, a Dinky-Doo, Scottie McClue, he says. Wonderful stuff. And excellent stuff. There's Dylan there. Hi from Glasgow, says Sam. Hi, Sam. Get following, guys, as soon as you possibly can. As I say, we may have to pop back up and see you as well and see what's happening there. Hi, pal, says Odds. Hi, pal. Thanks, Odds, for joining us. And a very, very warm welcome. Now, also, get on to the YouTube channel, guys, as soon as you possibly can. There's lots happening on there as well. As I say, we're running short of juice on here. Hi from Yorkshire. Hi, Sandra. Used to listen to your talk shows when I was younger, says David. Dinky-Doo, David. How lovely to have you with us, and a very, very warm welcome. Tremendous stuff. Love you, Scottie. Oh, thank you very much. You're very, very kind. Hi from Armagh, says MCFC. MCFC. Hi from Armagh to you. Dinky-Doo, I say to you. Kareem says, hello, Scottie, and he's arrived on the YouTube channel. Guys, you can also get on to Scottie McClue's YouTube channel. Just put in Scottie McClue, Voice of the World Radio Talk Show. Follow us as soon as you can, guys. What's the YouTube? Says Johnny. Scottie McClue, Voice of the World Radio Talk Show, Johnny. Dinky-Doo, hiya, Mart. Lovely to have you with us. And Dinky-Doo, as we say. Luca has joined us as well. And Emac, get following, guys, as soon as you possibly can. I'm pretty sure we're going to run out of battery soon. But get following and get sharing. Check out the YouTube videos as well. But I will pop back up if we lose you. That's what it's about. Good evening, Scottie. Dinky-Doo. Good evening, Alexander. Follow us as soon as you can. Thanks, Logan. Come on, the Killie. Should I wear a kilt or a suit for graduation? I don't think I would wear a suite because the sofa and the chairs get a bit heavy. Definitely the kilt. So forget the suite, I say to you. I think you mean a suit. Will you ever write an autobiography? I'm thinking about it, Mart. It's certainly in the pipeline. There's so many things happening at the moment in the world of McClue. And there's even a lot of talk about going back on the radio. But then there always is. So there you have it. Then I think you should move, Hot Cross, as soon as possible. Can you sing, Donald, Where's Your Trousers? I can, but I'm not going to do it because we'd end up with a copyright strike. And we don't want that, do we? Absolutely not. Scottie McClue Towers are busy this time of year. Oh, busy. I've never seen anything like it. Absolutely amazing. Get following, guys. Get watching the videos as soon as you possibly can. Aidan has just joined us, Dinky-Doo. What football team do you support? Oh, I support so many. I mean, we like the Killie. We like the Morton, the Ton, Mon the Ton, the Partick Thistle, the Celtic, the Rangers, the Man U, and the Man City as well. Liverpool we like. Yes, and Arsenal too. Absolutely. What's the best pub song? The best pub song would be Roll Out the Barrel. What are your pronouns? We never, ever, ever, ever do pronouns on here because it's labeling. And we don't label people on here. Everybody's equal. Dinky-Doo, the Arsenal, very good, Mr. Wash. Lovely, lovely stuff. We like that. Dinky-Doo, Kareem, thank you for all your lovely gifts. I'm getting slightly buzzed. Do you like Hibernian? Yes, I do. I've been to a Rangers Hibs game once. What about that at Eastern Road? Do come and join us as soon as you can. This is incredible. And get following. God, not seen him in ages, says Ryan. Can you do the Flying Scotsman? What do you think of single mothers? Well, they should have kept their horn in their hip there. Absolutely. Can you do the Flying Scotsman? You mean the woo-woo? There we are. Excellent stuff. Hi from David and John. I was listening to your old YouTube videos. Hilarious. Dinky-Doo. The YouTube channel is the best kept secret in the world. I would urge everybody to get on and subscribe to that. The King of Radio, says the very kind Peter Hanlon. Thanks, mate. Not at all, Logan. Have you ever been to Belgium? Just to Ostend. There we are. Fantastic stuff. Now, who have we got here? You're loud and I like you. You seem fun. Thank you, Mr. Wash. There we are. Mub Wash. Do you have any longer clips you can post on YouTube? There's stacks of stuff. There's about 3,000 videos on YouTube, and they're all like that. So get yourselves on to YouTube as simple as possible and subscribe right now. There you are. Fantastic. We're being watched on YouTube right now. Dinky-Doo, Scottie McClue, says Mr. Potato Head, live on YouTube. Isn't that beautiful? Get over to the YouTube channel and try it. There you are. Cheerio, chap. Cheerio, WVA. Hokey. There we are. Are you the Hokey of Hokey Cookie? I used to think that was a lawyer's. There we are. Fantastic. So if you get onto the YouTube channel, you'll see it's Scottie McClue, Voice of the World, Radio Talk Show. Bit of a mouthful, but great stuff. There we are. Best town in Scotland. Yes, indeed. Dinky-Doo. How do you do, sir? Marco, how lovely to have you with us. Buongiorno. How did you get on in Derry? Fantastic, Aaron. I loved it. Yes, Derry or Londonderry, depending on your point of view. Beautiful. I came up the road from the Foyle and had dinner in the Roadhouse at the top. There we go. Wonderful stuff. Along by the riverside and then up the road, across the bridge, and up the road. Am I correct or am I correct? There we are. I'm pretty sure there used to be an army watchtower at the top of the road. Is that right? There you go. You see, you're a Rangers fan. Well, yes, amongst Celtic as well. We like the Celtic and the Rangers. They're not mutually exclusive, you know. You can enjoy them both. It's tremendous stuff, I say. Guys, we might run out of battery here in a minute, but if we do, then we can go on something else as well. Hope you're well, Scotty. Dinky-Doo, John, lovely to have you with us. Mary Queen of Scots has just joined us. Did you ever get that radio job you wanted? The radio job I wanted was on Scott FM, and I got it. It was tremendous. So there we are. Dinky-Doo. We only lasted about 3 years, though, but it was terrific. There we are. Some dafty thought they'd do something else. What's your thoughts on the Pope? He is a fantastic character, Logan. Yes, indeed, the Holy Father. So there we have it. God bless the Holy Father, I say, if that's what you want to do, and if you wish an intercessor in your Christianity. If you don't wish an intercessor, then, of course, you could go straight to something like the Presbyterian Church, the Church of Scotland, perhaps, where the direct line is to God. Jesus Christ is the head of the church. Say your catchphrase. My catchphrase, huzzah, is Dinky-Doo, just for you. Scottie McClue saying that. Absolutely, that's what it's all about. Are you Dinky-Doo? Paul has joined us. Tremendous stuff. Now, what's going to happen, guys, is I think the battery is going to go. So what we'll do is we'll see if we can pop up on another device for you. It might be a bit of a struggle, but I'll see what I can do. Get watching all the TikTok videos and get onto the YouTube and tell us that you are there. Get subscribing, guys, as soon as you possibly can. Now, I'm going to see if I can do this for you. Tremendous. There we go. Yep, and if the battery does go, then we'll pop back up and see you, because that's what we do. Isn't that lovely? Yes, indeed. Excellent. So I'm ready for that, but we'll see what's what. What have we got here? Fantastic. Lovely, lovely of you to gift me, folks. Do you like the Queen? Well, sadly, the Queen has passed away, Logan. You're maybe a little bit out of touch, but Queen Elizabeth II has passed away. Do I like Queen Camilla? Absolutely, yes, indeed. Fantastic. Thoughts on the Irish Republican Army? Nobody gives them any thoughts now. They absolutely did for themselves when they murdered Lord Mountbatten. That was the end of that. So there you have it. So I wouldn't even give them a mention, to be absolutely honest with you, real. Now, who have we got, Kim? I think sometimes one or two romantic thugs in one or two of the schemes in the north give it a thought, but apart from that, nobody bothers. In the south, their name is now something of a disgrace. Chairman Meow says, up the Royal Artillery, the British Army, we salute you. Chairman Mao and the Royal Artillery. Fantastic. I think it's a capital A at artillery. Do you think Northern Ireland should be part of Ireland? Well, I think, Gary, that's going to happen, because with the protocol and with Brexit, I mean, it was so interesting hearing the Chancellor speaking in Parliament in the United Kingdom, because he was missing the elephant in the room, which, of course, is Brexit. Yeah, and you can blame everything. You can blame the war. You can blame the pandemic. You can blame the billions wasted in the pandemic. But the £250 billion poured down the drain to help out a few billionaires and taking this country, this 4 countries of the United Kingdom out of the EU. Madness! That's the elephant in the room. And it's funny how they skip past it. They don't say, this has all been caused by Brexit. Yes, indeed. So there you are. Thoughts on the circular economy. That's an interesting one, isn't it? Are you a capitalist or are you a Labour? So there you go. J.D. Donnelly, no. Nobody was ever a legitimate target. So you've got that 100% wrong, J.D. Donnelly. Due to sandwich with a fork and knife, yes, very often, and a banana as well. So there you are. Yes, indeed. I watched his programs of Scottish history. Scotty, what do you think of Neil Oliver? Outstanding presenter. Brilliant mind. Yes, and very, very interesting. You'll get him on GB News, I believe. So there you are. But an outstanding broadcaster and an outstanding historian. And as I say, a wonderful mind. And a Scot. So what's not to like, I say to you. So there you are. J.D. Donnelly, hang your head in shame. Incredible stuff. I'm just going to see, this may well go now, guys. But we'll see if we can manage to do this. Hang on. Right. Let's see what happens here. I'm just watching. Now, who we got here? That's there. Excellent stuff. Right. So that's that. Okay. And see what I just did there. There we have it. See if this works, guys. Fantastic. Hiya, YouTubers. Dinky-Doo, I say to you. The founder of the SAS was a Scot. Yes, he was indeed. David Stirling of Keir. Archie Stirling's boy. There we have it. Have you been watching on a Sunday night? The old SAS stuff. The Scottish countryside is very beautiful in the UK. It's absolutely stunning. So there we have it. Now, can you see me live? And let's see what happens. This will be excellent stuff. Let everybody know. And tell me if you can see me live. Has the broadcast resumed on TikTok, guys? I had to change devices there. That was a little bit lost. So we'll just pop that off. There we have it. Wonderful stuff. You can do all this, you see. I virtually changed horses there midstream. What do you think of Helensburgh, says Michael? Well, Michael, you know I used to visit Helensburgh about 7 times a day when I worked as a deckhand on the MV Granny Kempock, the Guruk to Helensburgh ferry. And I think the Granny Kempock, there's Willie saying bad reception. Scott, I used to listen to you when you were in real radio. Absolutely, Johnny. Do you think history is told through a white man's perspective? Absolutely not, Daniel. No, not at all. And there should be nothing for people to be guilt-tripped about by history. History is history. And when you look at it, a lot of people are very critical of the British Empire. But of course, why did they want the British out of everywhere? So that Russia could get in. If you have a look at Africa, that's what's gone on there. Very, very interesting. Have you retired? Not at all, Willie. Why would I retire? For goodness sake, there's something like another 20 years to go before I can even look at retirement. Have you ever been to Bathgate in West Lothian? Of course, Logan. Who hasn't? That's what I say to you. Hello, Scotty. How do you do, my friend? It's been so long. Click, lovely to have you with us. And thank you very much. My family's from Leven. I miss visiting that way. Leven as in Vale of Leven, or Leven as in Leven in Fife, not Leven, Liverpool. There were even Scotty used to listen to when you were on Hallam FM and Magic AM. Pagrant. These were wonderful stations. I loved it. Scotty McClue should actually be national. It's an absolute waste of the nation's time not being able to hear their favourite phony. Hello, what are we talking about, fella? We are talking about everything, Brando. Loved your acting, by the way. DINKY-DOO, Scotty. I grew up listening to Tommy Scott. I miss these days. Absolutely, Stuart. Tommy Scott's party. We want the British out of Northern Ireland. Give Ireland back. No, well, the British are all but out of Northern Ireland. You've got no government. Do you know what I mean? You've got no government. They can't get their act together and get in there. And when you say we want the British out, who is we? That's what we need to know. And is we happy to pay the money for Dublin to pick up the tab? So we needs to think about that before we start cheeking up. There we are, DINKY-DOO. You should go international, Scotty. Well, Andy, believe it or not, we are international right now. And I would urge everybody watching on TikTok to follow Scotty McClue right now. If you're on the YouTube channel, Scotty McClue, Voice of the World, radio talk show, I would strongly urge you to subscribe and to start sharing that YouTube channel. Because at the moment, it's the world's best kept secret, but the TikTok isn't. Well, I'm from Northern Ireland. I want the British in. I am British and loyal. Now, you see, there's no such country as Britain. So when you say you're British, then yes, you're from one of the 4 countries of the UK. And obviously a lot of the so-called unionists want Britain in there because they have a good, healthy economic lifestyle. And the one that goes, we want the British out, are they happy to pick up the tab and pay a lot more tax? There we have it, DINKY-DOO. Follow us as soon as you can. Yes, excellent. We'll do that as soon as we can. Who have we got here? The Scottish countryside. Oh, yes, we saw that. Hello, sir. How's your evening going? Are you having a few pins? Pins? What would I have pins following? The only pin that I have here is the pin on the back of, there's the pin the Scottie McCLUE badge. There's the Scottie McCLUE badge, Dinky-Doo. It's called the North of Ireland. Ah, yes, Northern Ireland is called the North of Ireland. You're a great one, Gary, for stating the obvious. We love that. Dinky-Doo, everybody, and a very, very warm welcome live on the old TikTok. Now, have you got following? I need 50 followers right now. So get following if you can. Do you know Betty? It says Roman. I may well, Roman. Yes, indeed. I mean, as in a few sherries. No, Logan, I don't touch the alcohol at all. There we are. Now, who have we got here? Hello, Scottie. County Durham here. I love County Durham. Have you ever heard of Brandon Colliery? Have you ever heard of Brunspith? There we have it. What about that? Follow us if you can. Hiya, G, Dinky-Doo. Do follow us, Top G. There we are. Thank you, Bex. Incredible. Lots of likes, please, guys. A Chick Murray joke. Chick Murray walking down the street. He tripped over a woman. She said to him, have you fallen over? Chick said, no, I'm trying to break a bar of chocolate in my back pocket. My favourite Chick Murray is when he goes into the doctors and the doctor says, I'm going to give you some of these little round pills. He said, do you want me to pop them into a box? He said, well, unless you want me to roll them home. Oh, yes, I know these places, my friend. There you go, Graham. What about that? Brandon Colliery. And what about Easington and Ashington for the rope? And yes, the Weir down at Durham and on the bridge there. How beautiful is Durham? I love it. There you are. Dinky-Doo, opinions on the IRA. Nobody's got an opinion on the IRA now. It's passé, a thing of the past. It might mean something to have a few thugs in a scheme who are disenchanted with the world around them, but no, it means nothing. That organisation split right up the middle when Lord Mountbatten was murdered. It was a huge mistake. There you are. My granddad's from Ashington. Ah, we love Ashington. I used to love going to Ashington. There we are. A Dinky-Doo, I say to you. There we are. Lord the Chick Murray, very funny. Chick Murray, fabulous, fabulous comedian. A very, very funny man, I say to you. Yes, indeed. Who have we got here? Get following, please, guys. As I say, we need another 50 right now. Dinky-Doo from a stormy Lerwick, Glyn. How lovely to hear from you. How are you? Where in Scotland did we get to? Yes, I'm in Shildon near Bishop Auckland. A beautiful area, but not as beautiful as your Highlands. Well, Graham, I love Bishop Auckland. I think it's lovely. I really do. What do we do about inflation? I'm worrying about it. My friend works in the car tire business, and he's very keen on getting inflation right. So there you have it. Whitley Bay. Oh, I used to go to the Rex at Whitley Bay. You're doing good, my friend. Dinky-Doo, Glyn. Dinky-Doo from Nottinghamshire. Ah, we love you, Nottinghamshire. Enigma. You're so close to my beloved Yorkshire as well. I do love it. And Derbyshire. Ever been to Dumbarton, Scotland, my hometown? I used to be on the radio in Dumbarton. It was called, what was it called? Your Radio. That's it. Your Radio. Tremendous. I know Dumbarton very, very well indeed. And Keele School. Yes, I was supposed to have gone to Keele School, but I was getting an excellent education where I was. So there you are. Now, geez, I used to listen to your radio show as a kid back in the 90s. This is the first time I've seen. You're joking. Get following on TikTok. It's huge. And get onto the YouTube channel and subscribe. Everybody should have a look at the YouTube channel. There's about 3,000 videos for you. You can absolutely, go daft. You can OD on Scottie McCLUE's videos. So there you have it. Dinky-Doo. Now, what have we got here? You. Yes, indeed, Mr. Bull. Yes, it's you. Scottie, Dinky-Doo, I'm in your walls. There you are. Yes, well, actually, you could do. You could shelter in the walls of McCLUE Towers. Fantastic. Yes, round the moat. Fantastic. Yes, we're in your walls as well, Donald. You got that hat in Fife, didn't you? Yes, I did. From Hogs of Fife. A beautiful hat. There we are. With inflation around 10%, all the unions asking for crazy pay rises to match the figure justified. Galileo, these are not crazy pay rises. These are pay rises just to try and keep pace. Yeah. So in actual fact, even say, for instance, a public body was looking for 10%, 11%, and they didn't get it, then they're taking a pay cut. So the unions are very, very, very justified in holding a government that has maybe squandered, I don't know, £400 billion on nothing, taking us kicking and screaming out of the European Union. I know it was getting a bit crazy, but we begged and begged and begged on bended knees and had 50 years of peace and prosperity in Europe. And now look at it. We've got zilcho. And I predicted it. I told everybody at the time, you need to start really listening to what Scottie McClue is saying to you. So there you are. Now, who have we got here? Is Dundee still the single mother capital of Europe? I don't know if it's ever the capital of Europe, but they do need to keep their horn in their halfpenny in all these places, I say to you. And there we are. No, Scotty, I'm living in your walls. Yes, and we're living in your walls, Donald. So there you have it. Everybody is around you. The Emerald Isle would still be under English rule if it wasn't for the gallant Irishmen and women. No, J.D. Donnelly, wrong, right? 100 years ago, yes, the gallant people partitioned 6 counties to put a stop to the Civil War. So there you are. That's the gallant thing that happened there. And, you know, once I think Irish people can agree to differ and not be clobbering their own friends and things like that, and start to just look at things in a different way. For instance, Protestantism and Catholicism are just denominations of the same religion. They're absolutely exactly out the same stable. There we are. Now, who else have we got here? Fantastic. Guys, if you put stupid comments, I just simply won't read them. Yeah? Anything puerile doesn't get read. Yeah? Anything about terrorism doesn't get read. Okay? There we are. I get keeping pace, but how can the country keep putting prices up? All rises are passed on to the public. Well, no, Cornelio. There are many, many, many billionaires out there who profited from Brexit. Yes? Get them out there. Same, stop quantitative easing and you'll stop inflation. Inflation's caused by the banks printing money. Yes, that's what causes the inflation. They're making us pay for their ineptitude and incompetence again. Well, some of it's ineptitude and incompetence, Wallace. Some of it is planned as part of a bigger picture. You know, I mean, not all politicians are totally incompetent. Some of them are planners. And there's just too many people with too many different agendas out there. Oh, talking of politicians, I think you'll find Mr. Trump will be back soon. What about that then, Lalas? Is that not amazing? I'm going to have to go soon, guys. Brexit's the best thing that ever happened. John Joe, yes, if you're enjoying economic annihilation, political fragmentation, the end of the UK, total poverty, food banks, if you're enjoying all that, John Joe, then yes, Brexit was an excellent idea. If you're enjoying virtually no trade deals, if you're enjoying being out of the world's finest marketplace, if you're enjoying not having a seat at the big table of, another, what was it? How many countries was it? 59 countries, millions and millions of people. Fantastic. Dundee, the city of recovery. Oh, sorry, discovery. So, John Joe, you'll have to justify that one because Brexit, as far as we can see, has been a 100% disaster. There you are. And that's why they're keeping quiet about it and saying, oh, yeah, well, we've had the pandemic, well, we've had the war, and all that sort of stuff. Brexit, there we are. That's the word they don't want shouted around the House of Commons. We would like to apologise for convincing you all to come out of the EU. DINKY-DOO, Scotty, are you happy Neighbours is coming back? Oh, I'm delighted. I might even get a part. Who knows? I might apply and say, can I get a part in Neighbours, please? That would be wonderful. We love it. Thank you, guys. Get following as soon as you possibly can. Scotty McClue saying DINKY-DOO to every single one of you. I'm going to have to go in a wee minute. Who else have we got? DINKY-DOO. Hi, remember me? Yes, Stuart. DINKY-DOO. Are you Scottish? Says Fred. Fred, nothing that's past you, does it? Nothing. Brilliant piece of deduction, I say to you. Excuse me, DINKY-DOO. Yes, indeed, LR. We will excuse you. DINKY-DOO, deliveries round the back? Yes, LR. If you're delivering, pop round the back. You're a bit late tonight, though. But go round to the back door. What do you think of Jewish people? They are just delightful people who are Jewish. I think that's how you would sum up a Jewish person. Yes, indeed. The same as any other one of the world's great religions. Same as you would think of Christian people, or Hindus, or Muslims, or who else have we got? Lots and lots of other religions out there for you. Yes, indeed. Sikhism. What about that one? There's another one for you. Wolfton recognised that centuries ago. It was Orangism that's caused the divide. Well, Gary, I do agree that King Billy was a very, very, very bad man. And if the Orange Lodge have any sense, they will dump him sharpish. Yeah, before all that comes out. So there you are. And they say, had Wolfton lived, history would have been different. So there you have it. So it wasn't really Orangism. It was the fact that Wolfton died. But it's interesting that here we are on an international broadcast and the Irish people are desperately seeking some kind of discussion, some kind of proper recognition. I think I need to come over to Ireland and do a phone-in. There we have it. Tea or coffee? I haven't had coffee for 42 years, Brando. So there you are. Brexit, you're right. It's great, says John Joe. Yes, it's so great, John Joe. We've managed to impoverish every single one of us. There we are. So I hope you're enjoying having nothing. That's it. You enjoy it. And that's your Brexit. Brexit was a mess, says Dick. Dick, of course it was. John Joe's just sort of floating around in a wee bag of water there. I don't think he's even been born yet. I don't think he knows what Brexit is. There we are. Scotty, what would be your 3 wishes? To get back into the single market? Yes. Not necessarily to rejoin the EU as such, but to get back into the single market for trading. For Scotland to get itself disentangled from Westminster and start giving its people very, very cheap energy and a much better quality of living. The EU's in the scrap heap. Well, John Joe, it's not. That's your problem. Yes, indeed. We need to get back in there. People voted for Brexit mainly because of racial bias. Well, no, they bought a 6-penny Union flag and they were fluttering it. And 1 or 2 people were on, just going on and on and on until they came out of it. And of course, the sovereignty. Our country had gone nowhere, no problem at all. And as for stopping immigration, very good. Brexit was a democracy. Well, no, John Joe, it wasn't, you see. That's a line. Brexiteers desperately, desperately cling on to, grasping at straws, trying to see if there's any way they can justify the mistake that they've made. And it wasn't actually democracy at all. If you look at it, you'll find there was a 1.2 million majority saying that 70 million people have to lose their rights to EU citizenship. There was a 1.2 million majority dictating that we waste £250 billion of taxpayers' money for nothing, cutting off our nose to spite our face because we thought we were still imperialists, you know, and we thought we still were up there when we're actually sitting at the big table with our dear friends and allies, Germany, controlling 30% of the total market of 500 million people. Oh, dearie, dearie, dearie me. And John Joe, you are daft enough to go, oh, democracy, you see. It was the will of the people. Haven't you been what from the back there, chum? I can tell you. There we are. Now, I'm moving east from Mombasa. Use of 510. You move east from Mombasa, you are in the ocean. Mombasa is as far east as you can go in East Africa. See these people in Scotland who voted no and also voted for Brexit. Are they beyond redemption? No, because they could vote yes in the next one, and they could vote that they wish to rejoin the EU. If they vote for Scotland to go independent, they're also effectively voting to get us back trading in Europe ASAP. That's pretty good, isn't it? I can tell you. There we have it. Right, guys, more followers, please. I need another 20, 30 followers. If you're watching right now, how's your popularity with the nurses? Belper, Belper. They love us. People like us, humans, absolutely, Chris. What you drinking? I'm drinking Scottish water, Aqua, Adam's Ale. Mr. Martin, you're a dreamer, but not the only one. Absolutely, imagine that. Who will be the next PM? I might throw my hat in the ring. The only problem is I'm not political and I'm not a member of parliament. Scotty, your Kayla's late tonight with your Horlicks. No, user 510. You mustn't assume that everybody has your lifestyle. And I think what you're doing there, you're projecting that your Kayla's late with your malted milk. Aha. What do you think of the non-DOMs? Well, that's an interesting one, that, isn't it? You should be a DOM, absolutely. Now, who have we got here? Is that Russian water? No, but I had a Russian caramel earlier. Very nice. There we are. Who have we got here? Michael Collins. There we are. He was caught on Loch in Donegal. Who was Michael Collins? No. Michael Collins was ambushed. So there you are. Chris says, I've got pneumonia, my friend. I'm really sick. We send you strength, Chris. I hope that you're getting all the stuff to try and shift that, dear boy. Strength to you and love to you. All the roadworks everywhere as soon as the weather gets bad. That old chestnut. So there we are. Fantastic. The EU's bankrupt. I don't think so, John Joe McGonigal. Not as much as the UK. So there you have it. So let's get back in and get back better together, as they say. Thomas Hamilton's followed as Dinky-Doo, top man. We're looking at the non-DOM situation. It's an interesting one. That's probably for a whole program discussion, I would say. Hi, pal. How you doing? Great, Thomas. Lovely to have you with us. EU countries are all recovering from what? Brexit, respect the vote of the people. No, John Joe. The problem is people like you, who are very easily led, were sold a lot of nonsense by a very highly funded, well-organized Leave campaign. Yeah, which outdid the Remain campaign. You were told a lot of lies. You were worked from the back and you signed up to leave Europe. Now you are deeply, deeply embarrassed about that. And you're trying to defend it and you can't. It's indefensible. So you're not respecting the vote of the people. You're saying 1.2 million have dictated to 70 million, and you're calling that democracy. Democracy is recognizing both sides. Yes, that would be democracy. Yeah, and Colelia says tens of thousands of immigrants unmonitored because we've fallen out with the EU. 350 million a week right into the Tory bank accounts. Well, of course, all that money that went astray during the pandemic. So there we have it. EU recovering, you must be joking. No joking, JD. Absolutely. The EU is back on its feet and would be anyway. And we begged and begged on bended knee 50 years ago. We're going to have to go begging again, I'm afraid. There we are, but we'll do it. We'll manage. Brexit was the biggest UK vote ever, except democracy. No, it wasn't the biggest UK vote ever. And it wasn't even a full turnout. So there's zero democracy there, old son. You've been had. Fantastic. Now, who have we got here? Hello, pal. How are you doing? All my friends hate Scotland, says Zach. Change your friends, Zach, and ask them why. I think I'll give up coffee. Could get decaf. JD, you should certainly give up coffee because it's affecting your judgment, I think. So there we go. Now then, who we got here? Who do you think will win the World Cup? That's for me to know and for you to find out. I couldn't possibly comment. Guys, I'm going to have to dash. Susan says, good night. Sleep well, Scotty Kareem. Night, Susan. Have a lovely evening and dinky-do. Who have we got here? The EU can't pay for gas. Well, that's what they are doing right now. We are importing our gas when we should be getting it from Scotland, from the North Sea. So there you are. Michael Collins was shot and killed in an ambush by anti-treaty forces on 22nd of August 1922, shot by his pals, Shane. That's why the British Army had to go in and keep the peace 100 years ago. There we are, recovering from the pandemic and the war. Absolutely, yes indeed. Chris Flood, lovely to have you with us. I've got pneumonia, Scotty. I'm very sick, pal. Send me some luck. We will do that, Chris, and we'll send you lots of love. You need to respect democracy. That wasn't democracy, John Joe. Nobody respects democracy more than McCLUE, but democracy has to acknowledge both sides of an argument. Democracy is not steamrollering poor, ignorant souls into putting a tick in a box so they can wave a sixpenny union flag. Yeah, absolutely. Like the union, a lot of nonsense. The Ramoners lost. No, everybody lost, John Joe. That's what you're missing. There is not one argument pro-Brexit, and you can't make it, or you would have made it on here. So you're just shouting things like Ramoners lost. Yep, everybody lost. Dry your eyes. Everybody is crying. Everybody is weeping for Brexit. So there you go. So just get real, John Joe. Yeah, no point in kidding yourself any longer. You have been had, la. And do you think independence will happen? I think it will, Bex. It's certainly not going to be stopped by the likes of that wee lady that was Prime Minister for a few weeks. There we are. Now we've got it. Nothing gets past you, Shane. Have you ever flown in a helicopter? Never. Never flown in a helicopter. Now, who have we got here? McPhail, more steam. We need to get to Tarbert. We do indeed, Wallace. We need to get in there by the perch. A shout out from my friend Busy. You can, Liam. Dinky-Doo Lala Beachy. How lovely to have you with us. And a massive dinky-doo to you. Tremendous stuff. Guys, I'm going to have to dash. Love popping up to see you. So super to be with you all. You are top people. Thank you for all my lovely gifts. Thank you for following. Real proper behavior, that. And we'll all go live together soon. Absolutely. Now then, good night. I said I'll sing you the goodbye song, Dinky-Doo Lala, to Beachy. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. Take care, everybody, as you go. Goodbye, everybody. Auf Wiedersehen. Au revoir. And a cheerio. Love you lots, guys. Thank you so much. Dinky-Doo and ta-ra-la. Stick your tongue out and try it. Ta-ra-la. How beautiful is that? That's our lovely TikTokers and beautiful YouTubers. Get following, get subscribing as soon as you can. There's stacks and stacks of lovely videos for you. Just made with love, just for you, by Scottie McClue, who's now saying dinky-doo to you. Ta-ra, lads. Night-night.